Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Monday, August 21st, 2023. We want to start off first with the tropical Atlantic, because boy, has it really picked up action over the past 24 hours. On Saturday, we had nothing. Just a lot of features that we're keeping an eye on. Sunday, we had the formation of Tropical Storm Grace, which looks like it's about to fall apart. Tropical Storm Franklin, which it's a little bit more interesting. This is going to be swinging through the island of Hispaniola and then lifting up into the Western Atlantic. So the end of this week could actually enhance some surf along the East Coast, but expected to remain out over the Atlantic. And we have GERT. Yeah, GERT formed last night. It really doesn't look all that healthy, and it's expected to collapse. Of the tropical systems that are expected to collapse, these two are going to be gone. Franklin will be left. And we're keeping an eye on this wave out here in the Gulf of Mexico. One little word of caution, especially if you have any friends and family down in southern Texas. Tropical waves that move across the Gulf of Mexico, which has very warm water. And there's a very strong heat ridge, as you know, over the central parts of the country. When you have a combination of that, it produces favorable conditions. Tropical low pressure systems can develop very quickly. It's kind of you'd either do it or you don't. Okay, so in this type of situation, you can end up with just a tropical wave with some heavy downpours moving into southern Texas, or a rapidly intensifying tropical low pressure system with very little notice. By tomorrow morning, this will be making landfall into Texas as either a tropical wave or an intensifying tropical low pressure system. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. So the tropics have certainly picked up, but they'll be getting quiet just as quickly in about 3 days. In the meantime, closer to home, it is very quiet around here with tranquil conditions in place. A cold front is approaching and a trough with a mix of sun and clouds throughout the region, but no precipitation thus far. That can still be a possibility as we move on through the day. Looking at temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior and your suburbs, generally mid to upper 70s along the coast. We have some areas of low clouds, but no fog. Visibility ranging anywhere from 1 mile to 10 miles throughout the region, with these areas of low clouds hanging around the area. The most impressive visibility is down towards Philadelphia, where we have 1.3 miles of visibility. Everyone else is 3 or 4 and then above. When we take a look at the latest radar and surface map from WeatherTap, you can see the troughs hanging around, the frontal boundaries. You have a maritime air mass here, a modified polar air mass here with a little bit of a tropical influence, pure tropical down here, and pure polar up here that is also modifying as it's diving south. So you have a variety of different air masses moving through the region with these cold fronts and troughs hanging around, and that's what's going to keep the threat for a few isolated showers over the region for today. Again, mix of sun and clouds. Not too bad. A lot of scattered broken cloud cover around the region with those frontal boundaries dropping south, and when we zoom out, you can see why. Large heat ridge over the plains. Again, there's our tropical disturbance we're keeping an eye on. Here's the ridge, sending our tropical disturbance off towards Texas. While that's happening, all this heat's building, and we're getting these little troughs and short waves dropping south around the ridge. And you have some of that tropical moisture left over from Hurricane Hillary is going to be lifting through and around this jet stream. So we could actually end up with a little bit of remnant moisture from that dropping south. Something just to keep in the back of your mind if you get some heavier downpours. But overall, this pattern is going to be in place throughout the week. And so that's going to keep that threat for an isolated shower or thunderstorm here. By the time we get to Thursday, we get a stronger low pressure system, a little bit more organized, with a warm front on Thursday and a cold front on Friday, and then another wave of low pressure on Saturday that could introduce the threat for scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. So overall, the next 3 days won't be too bad. Just watch out for a passing shower, more activity towards the end of the week. So let's dive into this forecast for today. Look for a series of troughs moving through the region with a mix of sun and clouds and scattered cloud cover. An isolated shower is a threat as a result, with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 80s over the northern interior, mid to upper 80s along the coast, and upper 80s to mid 90s in the Delaware River Valley. Now we're going to have a northwesterly wind, which is going to be downsloping off the Appalachian Mountains. So that's why in portions of the Delaware River Valley, we're going to have the potential of spiking up into the 90s. For tonight into tomorrow, again, a mix of clouds, some low clouds around the area. Low temperatures ranging from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s in your suburbs, mid to upper 60s in your urban areas. Tomorrow afternoon, high pressure to the north, pairs of short waves moving through, low troughs, keeping the threat for an isolated shower in place, but for the most part, just a mix of sun and clouds. Look for temperatures to rebound into the mid to upper 70s over the northern interior, upper 70s to lower 80s along the coast, and lower to mid 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Wednesday, the high pressure system shifts off the coast. We get more of a northeasterly to southeasterly wind component developing. Look for a scattered cloud cover. An isolated shower remains a threat. Low temperatures range from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 70s over the interior and along the coast, lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley. On Thursday, here comes our warm front, and that's going to introduce the threat for scattered showers throughout the region, starting in the morning, continuing on through the afternoon, as the warm front slowly lifts to the north and east. That's also going to lead to a southeasterly wind and temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 60s for lows, and high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 70s along the immediate coast, lower 80s away from the coast. On Friday, a cold front will move through with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, not a washout, but a bit of a pest here and there. Look for low temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 60s over the northern interior, mid to upper 60s in your suburbs, and lower to mid 70s in your urban areas. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 80s over the interior and along the coast, upper 80s to mid 90s in the Delaware River Valley. On Saturday, that frontal boundary hangs around with a wave of low pressure potentially developing here, and that could lead to some scattered showers. Right now, we're going widely scattered showers with a cold front lingering off the coast. We'll see whether or not this low pressure system develops. By the way, that's Franklin down there. Look for temperatures on Saturday to range from the lower to mid 60s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s in your suburbs, and lower to mid 70s in your urban areas. High temperatures will range from the mid 70s to lower 80s over the northern interior, mid to upper 80s along the coast, and mid 80s to lower 90s in the Delaware River Valley. On Sunday, the cold front clears out. Look for a few lingering showers in the morning, followed by scattered cloud cover in the afternoon. Franklin is going to get picked up by this cold front and kicked out back into the northern Atlantic. Look for low temperatures to range from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, mid to upper 70s along the coast, and upper 70s to lower 80s in the Delaware River Valley. And next Monday, high pressure will be in control with scattered cloud cover. A trough hanging around the coast could produce an isolated shower, but for the most part, this looks like a mix of sun and clouds. There's Franklin getting basically blocked by our cold front, and temperatures will range from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 70s over the interior and along the coast, lower to mid 80s in the Delaware River Valley. And just for a peace of mind, you can see Franklin heads out into the Atlantic. Watch out for some enhanced surf, though, and some riptides for this weekend and early next week. That is your forecast discussion for today. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.